Thank you very much for joining us today. I am Nestor with Nicalingue, and in today's lesson we have Kate. Kate, how are you today?
Hi, I'm pretty excited and so happy to be here again.
And actually, it's my pleasure that you have been with us today. And in today's lesson, we're going to be talking about something really, really interesting, which is about food. Kate, do you like food?
I love food.
Okay, yeah. I didn't know that, but according what you eat, there is an article that we're gonna be discussing later on that it's depending what you eat, your body is gonna be reacting, right? And one of the things that comes to my mind actually is, let me ask you the following: is there any food or drink that you couldn't live without?
Actually, the hard question will be if it's the only one, because I really love food a lot. But yes, I will say that when it comes with food, the food that I cannot live without it's meat, beef meat. I love it. I like it. At any time that I have the chance to order a beef meat or to cook a beef meat, I just do it, and it's like, I don't know, a party for me and my stomach. We are so happy together eating. And when it comes to drinks, actually, I have a special drink that I love it a lot, but it's not good. So when you ask me the question, when you are asking me this question, I just start to think and I get into the conclusion that the best drink that you're not gonna be able to live without is water because it's very healthy. Um, it's free. Well, not in all the places, but yes, it's healthy. It's good. It helps you a lot. So water, of course, water. Yes.
When it comes, I'm really happy that you brought this, which is the food, the meat that you like meat, because meat contains proteins, and proteins are good for our body. But there is a level that sometimes eating too much protein it might be dangerous as well to your body. So there must be a balance between water. I'm sorry, not water, but between meat or proteins and the other nutrients our body has or our body needs, right? I agree that water is the best drink you can have. And I'm glad to hear that even though you are aware of that, right? You know that there are people out there that maybe they just drinking sugary drinks, right? Like soda, for example. In my case, I used to drink a lot of soda, a lot of Coke. But sometimes I do it. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I drink soda, but in less amount, right? It's not the
Mhm.
same amount I used to drink a lot. And yeah, in my case, I love a lot what is come with fruits, right? Juice fruit. For example, watermelon juice, pineapple juice. I love this kind of juice, but I'm not talking about those one that comes in can. I'm talking about one that are homemade. You take your mixer, you put some ice, you put a little bit sugar on it, you put the fruit, some water, or yeah, or meal depending on the fruit you want to drink, and
Yes,
you shake it, right? You just mix it. That's amazing. Now,
exactly.
I have another question for you. Do you or what's your favorite fruit?
My favorite fruit, I will say it's bananas. I love bananas. Yeah, I really love it. I think that I will never get bored of eating bananas. I love it. Yes.
Great, sounds great. My favorite food will be mangoes. Mangoes with chili and some vinegar and some salt. I love that. I love it. I have a mango tree at my house, and whenever I have the possibility, I ask somebody to take the mangoes down, right, in order for me to have some mango salad because and I love those green mangoes. Those are delicious.
Yeah.
And when it comes to vegetables, what are your favorite vegetables?
Um, it's not that favorite because I'm not a big fan of the vegetable. I have to confess. But I say that tomatoes. Yeah, tomatoes. I like it. What about you?
In my case, I like broccoli. But something that I want to say about this is that I cheat something about this. I like broccoli, but I like broccoli with cheese, right? So because cheese is it has a little bit salt, and the broccoli it's a little bit simple. So when you do the combination between something that is not doesn't have any kind of taste, just just a green thing, right? And you put the cheese right there and you put it together, it's a party to my mouth. As you said, it is a party to your stomach when you eat some kind of
Okay,
meat, right?
exactly.
And the last question that I have for you is, um, when you eat out, do you usually, right, order meat, fish, or vegetarian food?
Meat, definitely.
Absolutely.
But if it's not meat, I will say chicken.
Okay.
Chicken or pasta because I love
Okay.
pasta. That's when I go out, yes.
That's great. That's great. You know, in my case, that's gonna be depending on the occasion, because sometimes, right? Sometimes when I'm just maybe if I go to the beach, I will probably have fish, right? If I go to a
Oh,
restaurant, most likely I might have meat. I will say that chicken I will eat when for example, I go out and I need to do something really quickly, then
mhm.
I have some chicken. But if I'm gonna have meat, it's because I am celebrating something. So basically, when I have meat, it's because I'm doing something, or
Special
something when something special. That's right,
or
something really
important. I
special or
totally get it.
important. Important, yeah. Especially having meat for me, it's like I got a prize because I did something good, right? Then the other kind of food that aren't there in the market, maybe I just eat it because I need to eat, but right. But meat is something like a sanctuary that if I do it something right, I'm gonna have
Yeah,
it, right? And
good.
now, as we mentioned previously, we're gonna be talking about the mood food, right? So I would appreciate that you can go ahead and start reading what the mood food article is about.
Okay. We live in a stressful world, and daily life can sometimes make us feel tired, stressed, or depressed. Some people go to the doctor for help, others try alternative therapies, but the place to find a cure could be somewhere completely different in the kitchen.
Wow, wow, that sounds really interesting. You know, sometimes I feel stressed, sometimes I feel tired, sometimes I feel a little bit depressed as well. You know, there are a lot of things going on in your life, but
Uh,
I didn't know that, or according to the article, they might be a solution where you can have your food, right? And you
mhm.
can have a different mood, right? That's really interesting.
I am totally agree with that because I mean, when you are working and you have like different schedules, like in my life, I have different schedules. Every day it's totally different. Every week is totally different. So I don't have like a food order. That's why I am tend to eat a lot of things, and most of the things that I eat are not good for me or are not healthy at all. So, and sometimes this is funny, but when I feel happy because everything is good at work and I'm on my best and I'm selling a lot and that's my day, I get hungry and I am like, it happens what happens to you with the meat, but for me, it's for a donuts or for Starbucks or stuff like that.
Okay.
And and I'm like, oh my God, this is my day. I'm so happy. I'm going to celebrate by eating something sweet or candy because I love candies a lot, cookies
Okay.
and donuts and stuff like that. However, the same happens to me when things are not good. When I'm having a
Oh
bad
boy.
day,
So the same
yeah,
happened
it's
to you then.
funny. Kind of. Not all the time. But when I'm having a bad day, like a really bad day, I'm like, oh my God, okay, so this is gonna be the day. I'm gonna try to eat something so maybe I can feel a little bit better, I think. And so on. So I believe that what it's really said, the way that this article starts, it's completely true and is realistic. It happens to me. I don't know if it happens to you or you feel the same way. What about you?
You know, well, actually, when I experience a little bit down, yeah, there is a temptation to going for an ice cream, right? And not only just a bowl of ice cream, but the whole bucket, right? You can eat the whole bucket of ice cream, and you're gonna be like needing more at the end. But
Yeah.
I don't think that is gonna be a really good, solution to the situation that maybe you're facing, right? Because besides, you feel a little bit depressed. You are getting weight if you go for an ice cream, for example, or candies or
Right.
donuts. But anyway, let's see what the article continues saying, right? And we
All
have right
right.
here Dr. Paul Clayton, a food expert from Middlesex University, says the brain is affected by what you eat and drink. Interesting. Just like every other part of your body. Certain type of food contain substances that affect how you think and feel. Wow. Okay, so let's see. If I have candies, my brains react differently, I guess. For example, yesterday, I ate a banana in the afternoon, and because it has sugar, I guess my body went up just a little bit for me to finish my chores, right? For me to finish the activities that I needed to finish at the end
Mm-hmm.
of the day. And what do you think about this? The brain is affected by what you eat and what you drink.
I'm totally agree with that. Yeah, I'm agree with this. Especially because I mean sometimes when I'm trying to get back into the right path of taking care of myself, taking care of what I'm gonna eat. If I'm not eating something that I love, like sugar, candies, as I mentioned before, yeah, I feel a little bit like sad or down, or sometimes I get anxious,
Oh,
anxiety.
okay.
Yeah, because I want to eat it. And it's like, oh my God, I want that cookie, that cookie.
Wow.
But you have to control yourself. I am,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yep.
I am on the process of that.
Okay. All right. I
Yeah,
wish you all the best in that process.
thank
Okay.
you so much.
Not a problem.
Okay. For example, food that is high in carbohydrates can make us feel more relaxed. It also makes us feel happy. Research has shown that people on diets often begin to feel a little depressed after 2 weeks because they are eating fewer carbohydrates.
Wow.
So, that's what I was talking about, you see? Yeah. And I
Yeah,
love
you know what that
carbohydrates.
is really surprising, especially here in Nicaragua. Most of the people, when they are going to the gym or they start doing some diet, they start cutting down on certain type of food. For example, carbohydrate, no rice, no pasta, no
Bread.
tortillas, because we think, or yeah, we normally think that by cutting this down, we are going to feel, or we are going to reduce our body fat, but actually it's not, because the research has shown that people on diet often begins to feel a little bit depressed after 2 weeks because they are eating fewer carbohydrates. This is very, very interesting. So from now on, I guess that I'm gonna be adding some carbohydrates in a small amount, obviously, right? In order for my body not to feel depressed, anxious, or my body doesn't feel, in needing carbohydrates, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm totally agree. What you said about people when start to go into the gym, they are like, okay, I'm not gonna eat carbohydrates because that's gonna affect my development and stuff like that. Or for example, when you are on a diet or starting a diet, which I regularly do that all the time, I'm like, I'm not gonna eat it. But in fact, you need it. Not a lot, in minimum quantities. That's what it matters. I believe that in this situation, the important thing is to be smaller quantity. Nothing, yeah.
Yeah, and this is something I want to maybe everybody be aware about this is that the fact that if you feel a little bit depressed, maybe the situation you're facing is because you are lacking of substances, especially carbohydrates. So make sure that you are eating the proper amount of carbohydrate. And what is the proper amount? I remember right now I was talking to a nutritionist the other day, and he asked me to show myself the palm of my hand, right? And he told me that this is gonna be the portion, right? The middle center of my palm is gonna be the portion for meat, right, or proteins. And also, he mentioned that this portion right here, from this part to this part, is gonna be like the carbohydrates, and this thumb is gonna be just fat. So every single time that you are trying to make sure you're having the right carbohydrate amount, just take a look at the palm of your hand. Some palm of the hands are bigger than mine, that's for sure. And well, I hopefully expect that this little trick can help you to identify how much protein you should eat, how much carbohydrate you should eat, how much fat you should eat. If your thumb is a little bit, larger, good for you then.
No, for me, that's not a good idea actually, because look my hand.
Oh my goodness.
It's smaller. Are you
Oh
telling me I'm
man.
gonna eat this of meat? I'm gonna suffer. You see,
Oh yes, you're
it's
totally right.
hard. It's
Yeah,
really
it's
small.
it's quite hard. It's quite
I
hard.
can't. I can't. That no, it's too heavy for me.
Excuse me. All right. So let's continue with the article. On the other hand, food that is rich in proteins, this is something that we were talking about, right? Make us feel awake and focused. Research has shown that school children who eat a high protein breakfast often do better at school than children whose breakfast is lower in protein. Those parents that are listening to this lesson, make sure your children have the right amount of protein for breakfast so they can do better at school. Something else that is very important, also eating the right kind of meal at lunchtime can make a difference if you have an exam in the afternoon or a business meeting where you need to make some quick decisions. This is very important. Next time that I'm gonna go to a meeting or to take or to make quick decisions, I need to make sure I have my portion of protein. It could be a delicious bloody meat. Don't you think?
Yeah, I want to add something about what we talk right now. This is also important when you're going to an interview.
Oh, yes, that's
Yeah,
totally true.
yeah. I
But
remember that when I applied for my previous job,
mhm.
to apply for my previous job, you take like a whole day
Yep,
from
yep.
9 a.m. until 5 p.m. of the afternoon. And I remember I received some advices that they tell me, okay, you go take something for you to eat. I don't know, like fruit, water. So it is important. I want to add this because we have been talking in previous events about how to apply for a job and stuff like that. But now that we're talking about food, maybe it's a good way to mix the things, and people should know this. So when you're going to
Absolutely.
apply for a job or you're going to a job interview, please make sure you're eating the right meal with proteins. Okay.
That's
And the
right.
other thing that I want to add is our time. Time. We have to respect the time for the meal. And it's funny that I'm saying this because I do not respect the times at all. But but that's the idea. The idea, or the good idea, is to respect time for meals. So to take your breakfast, to take your meal between breakfast and lunch, to take your lunch at the proper time. You have to respect it.
Uh,
So in that way, you can find a better results from the food. And at the end, you're not gonna suffer at all. You can still eat the carbohydrates. You can still eat the proteins, a little bit of fat, but if you're doing it the right way or in the right time, it's okay. You're not gonna have any consequence, because at the end, if you accomplish uh, the date by eating your meals correctly in the right time, maybe you wouldn't have too much hungry, and at the end of the day you're gonna eat something light or something small, I believe. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. And something that also I want to add, according to your comment, is that you can either check the other links or you can check the other videos where we talk about how you prepare yourself for a job interview by answering those kind of questions that you are being asked at the moment of a job interview. And what you just mentioned, Kate, it's very important that you have the right amount of food, the right amount of protein. In this case, no, we're not talking about carbohydrates, because carbohydrates, the effect of carbohydrates is that you feel relaxed, right? Which just mean that maybe you will gonna be like you just want to take a snap or a small, yeah, small snap. But you need to take the right amount of proteins, because thanks to proteins, you can either have, a better mindset, right? And also you can have, you can be concentrated, you can be focused on, and you can make quick decisions. Now, the article says in an experiment for a TV show, two chess players, both former champions, had different meals before playing each other. Paul had a plate of prosciutto and salad, and his opponent, Terry, had pasta with a creamy sauce. In this chess match, Terry fell sleepy and took much longer than Paul to make decisions about what moves to make. The experiment was repeated several times with the same result. You see, so this is not something that we are just making out. It's something that it's basically on article that we took this article from the books we use in our levels, right? So it's not something that we just invented, right? So whenever, depending on the situation you're gonna have, you can either have carbohydrates if you want to feel relaxed, or if you want to drop the levels of the press. But if you need to be focused, concentrated, you should go for some proteins for sure.
Yeah. And another thing I want to highlight, we are not nutritionists or
Oh,
specialists on food,
yep.
guys. We are just talking about the article. And we talk about experience, or our experience, as we usually do. We're not professional on the topic, but it is good to bring this to the table so we can share your ideas. And of course, we want to hear your opinions and your comments about it. We want to know about that. Another powerful mood food could become a replacement for some medication doctors prescribe for stress. In a study, Swiss research discovered that eating one dark chocolate candy bar had beneficial effects on highly stressed people. Not only did eating the dark chocolate help reduce stress, it was also shown to improve mood and reduce high blood pressure.
Wow. Now you're gonna be, you should be really happy with this notice or with this news, Kate, right? Because I know from fact that you love chocolate a lot.
I love it.
You know,
Yes.
you're gonna have my chocolate gift after this lesson. All right, don't worry about that.
It's
So
okay.
you can have better a better life. Okay,
I
and
love chocolate.
yeah,
People
I
who
know.
know me, they people who know me really well, they I love chocolate. any
Yeah.
type of chocolate. However, in this article, it doesn't say any type of chocolate, only one in particular. So you see, not everything is nice or
No,
good.
not everything's
This
nice.
is,
So, how about a bar of Milky Way, or how about a bar of Snickers? Do you think it's gonna help?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
For
because the
me, it
studies
helps
is
me if it makes me feel happy. That's the good thing. I'm gonna feel happy with it.
yeah,
I'm
for
totally
sure.
agree with.
You know,
But
dark chocolate's a little bit sour, I guess, right? That's why they talk about dark chocolate here in Nicaragua. Do we have hard chocolate? Yes, in some supermarkets, I guess you can find hard chocolate, and I don't remember the brand. Hershey, I guess, has some hard chocolate. But
yeah,
another one that I'm sure has is Momotombo. Momotombo, the company, they do have dark chocolate. So whenever
yeah,
you feel a little bit, super stressed, you can go ahead and take some dark chocolate, and you tell us in the comments below how do you feel about that, right?
enjoy
Okay,
it.
so something that the article adds about chocolates is the following. Why does chocolate makes people less stressed? First, it causes the body to reduce the level of the stress hormone, cortisol. Second, it reduces the fight or flight hormone, a hormone that makes people want to start a fight or run away when they are very stressed. In addition, it contains other compounds that lower blood pressure and improve your mood. These three things, along with its delicious taste, make chocolate a powerful mood changer. Wow! So, chocolate has a lot of benefits, right? And the good part
Yeah,
about this is that we are a chocolate factory country. We produce chocolate in our lands. So, whenever person is listening to this lesson, you should make sure that you are in the right country where you can have the right amount of chocolate in order for you to reduce your stress levels, right? Now,
exactly.
what to express? What to express? Can you please read the mood food, Kate?
Okay. Blueberries and cocoa can raise concentration levels for up to 5 hours.
Absolutely. This is something interesting. If you want to be concentrated, if you are going to run an exam, if you need to do something very important where you need to be focused, you know the answer already. You need to have
Blueberry
blueberries or
or
cocoa.
cocoa. Yeah.
Obviously, it's not the cocoa that is in the back, right? That you need to put some milk.
It's not my type of cocoa, no.
It's not the type of cocoa. That's not Nesquik, right? That's something that you need to make sure about that. It's the fruit,
Ooh,
right? It's the fruit and blueberries together raise concentration levels. Food that is high in proteins helps your brain to work more efficiently, right? Food that is high in high proteins helps your brain to work more efficiently. Remember the palm of your hand? This is gonna be the right amount of protein in your body, right? Or in your dish. But as Kate has said before, we are not nutritionists. We are just in our program Let's Talk, where we can share our ideas about a topic, right? Can you read the next one, Kate, please?
for relaxation and to sleep better, eat carbohydrates.
Okay, so whenever you cannot sleep, you know what's the answer, right?
Eat carb. Yeah, but don't eat a lot. I mean, carbohydrates. Yeah, when I heard or read the word carbohydrates, I don't know why I'm start to thinking in bread. Don't take a
Yeah.
donuts, okay, guys? Or a
You
little
can
piece of
take
cake.
you take a
I don't know.
cereals, right? You can take cereals, but you don't need to take that that a great amount of cereals because obviously, if you take that amount of cereals at night, it's going to affect your metabolism, and we don't want you to.
Or exactly. Or the other thing. if you are the type of person you easily can go asleep, don't eat too much carbohydrates. That's another fact, you see? Because
That's
for
right.
me, it's easy to fall asleep. I'm being honest.
Yeah,
It's but-
that's
so if you want to be focused and you don't want to fall asleep because you need to be a little bit more awake, it will be much better to decrease the amount of carbohydrates you are consuming. I will say my advice.
absolutely. I totally agree on that. And that's gonna be depending on the mood or the kind of person you are. If you are easy to fall asleep, yeah, you shouldn't be eating carbohydrates at all. And last but not least, dark green vegetables and oily fish. Eating regularly can help to fight depression. Okay, so from now on, if you ever feel depressed, remember to have the right amount of carbohydrate. Remember to have the right amount of dark green vegetables, the right amount of chocolate, and so you
Okay,
can have a better life, right? And the other
exactly.
thing that we haven't talked about just today, it's doing exercise. Maybe in another lesson we're gonna be talking about that. But this time is about the food that we ingest, how good it is or how bad it is, and how we react to that food, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, once again, I want to repeat, we are not a specialist, we're not nutritionists. We will only talk about our experience because we both love food a lot. I hope this really works for you. If you have questions, if you love chocolate, share us that with us. If you want to say something that we don't know about this, go ahead and share it. We are always open to feedback.
According to the article, I just want to say that it was a really good article. I like it a lot. I learned about the benefits of eating the right amount of carbohydrate, fat, and proteins. Right. So just to make the long story short, we need to make sure that we have the right amount of carbohydrate if we want to feel relaxed, the right amount of proteins if we want to be concentrated or focused, and the right amount of chocolate, right? If you want to feel less depressed, right? And this is everything is good if you combine it with exercise. It's really nice and good to have some relaxation time where you can either just watch the sunset or just relax, right? Just relax. I do really want to say thank you, Kate, just for being with us today, and hopefully we're gonna have more lessons where we can share with our audience or with our subscribers what we think about certain topics. Now, there's something very important we're gonna be running. It's that we're gonna have a session where only 6 people can participate, and the links below you can have access to the link, and we can talk about the same topic. And the good thing about this is that you can improve your English skills, right? You're listening and you're speaking. One more time, Kate, thank you very much for your time, and I hope to see you in future lessons. Bye bye for now.
Bye.